What's going on, everybody? This your boy Black Otaku with another video for you guys. As you can see, this is another Sly 5 video, if we haven't gotten another 500 of those. But this time I decided to do something a little bit different. I decided to give y'all a small little bit of an idea of a plot that I would do for Sly 5. I mean, if I were in charge writing it anyway. Without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into it. I might ramble a little bit, but stay with me though. That's all I got to say. I mean, the way I would start Sly 5 out, I would just start it the same way Jack 3 started, basically. But, skip the whole him getting kicked into the desert, but into, just have Sly crawling through the desert, passes out, he tells you his life story for a fifth time, makes a super meta joke about him doing it for a fifth time, and be like, hey, but hey, seriously, who skips to the fifth adventure? Who does that? That sort of thing, basically. Kind of a Deadpool moment there, pretty much. Next, I thought about doing it like this. Sly reminisces about the cookie heist. You play a little bit of that. The next part of his memory, he gets a little bit of the first heist. It's like, you play through the very first heist he's ever pulled. His first official heist, as in, the heist that got him and his gang a lot of attention. Bentley, and Murray make a whole bunch of mistakes. Because this is their first time attempting to do this. This is their first heist. Like, what did you expect? That sort of thing. Anywho, they managed to, but at the end they managed to get away with it. They managed to get away and pull it off. And they soon realized they need a little more practice on this. And that's where we get our Sly Cooper tutorial. Our small tutorial, even though it's optional. It's optional. You can still play through it, and you have the ability to cut on the tutorial, stop points on and off if you wish. But that's just me though. Personally, I really think we should add a parkour system similar to the Infamous games. That sort of parkour element, or something similar to Sunset Overdrive a little bit. But that's not really the point here. But the point is this, basically that. Then next, Sly gets picked up by Slyton Common. Slyton Common is baffled at Sly's, attire, his clothing. But then again, Slyton Common's pretty smart. A little smarter than we all would originally expect from him. Slyton Common is fully aware that Sly is not from that era. His clothes give it away, and his manner of speech gives it away, basically. Sly is absolutely starstruck seeing Slyton Common for the first time. He's not even sure at what point in time did he get sent to. He's not even sure if Slyton Common has met Clockwork yet. But anywho, Slyton Common asks him his name. Sly says, I can't really tell you my name, as a way to protect the space-time continuum, and not so that history doesn't change. So Slyton Common decides to call him Iiwi as a way, Iiwi, to address Sly. For those of you wondering, Iiwi means raccoon in Swahili. Sort of a different way to address him and something like that. Anywho, yeah, sorry, it's raining. It's raining outside, y'all. I don't mind that. Just stay focused on one voice. Anyway, though, Slyton Common notices something strange about Sly. He knows that Sly is a Cooper, But he realizes that Sly's Cooper focus is out of whack, completely out of whack. Sly only managed to learn the physical part of Cooper focus, but he never learned the mental and spiritual parts of Cooper focus. Spiritual meaning they have the ability to connect and, take in thief knowledge from previous ancestors, which is why Sly's got small little tidbits of access to it, which explains how Sly can actually perform these abilities, all his abilities of his previous ancestors. But notice how when he does pull those particular moves off, they're not at full strength, because he didn't come up with those moves, basically. Also, this part is also something that needs to be addressed. Sly Common offers to train Sly. Sly says yes. But before Sly Common can even train him, Sly Common gives Sly a few tests. Sly has to steal 3 particular artifacts. But not just any particular artifacts. Those particular artifacts will be able to help Sly unlock a little bit more into his psyche and learn more about himself, and see why his Cooper focus is actually being blocked. Sly manages to steal those particular items. Sly Common uses one of those items, the Heart of Anubis. I might add, the Heart of Anubis, that particular artifact. It's a diamond that's heart-shaped. But don't let the unique shape of that gem fool you. That gem has the ability similar, the gem has an ability similar to the Guru's Moonstone, allowing you to bridge minds. I wouldn't say control people. It's more like to just help them spiritually, pretty much. And with Sly Common's help, Sly dives deep inside of his own psyche to realize that the main reason why his Cooper focus is being blocked is because he's not completely over what happened to his parents. Sly Common helps him through it. And as a result, Sly gets a huge bonus in his abilities. Not to mention his connection with his ancestors are absolutely amazing. He's then within his own psyche is sent to a huge dining hall where all the ancestors are. Just picture Valhalla. Basically, Valhalla meets the Avatar state. Or just think Avatar, The Last Airbender meets Sly Cooper and Valhalla, pretty much. Walking through that dining hall, he sees all his ancestors, all of them. I mean, absolutely all of them. From the least important to most important, the ones that make huge entries in the Thieves' Raccoonus. Sly then bumps into Iiwi and Tennessee Kid Cooper. They both greet him, and also as a way to connect Sly 4, those two remember everything that happened in Sly 4. So they know Sly like that. They then tell Sly that someone is waiting for him. Someone has been waiting to see him for a while. Sly walks past the dining hall, walks through a huge hallway that leads to a great big door at the end of it that says Mr. Cooper. Sly doesn't walk, he runs, touches the doorknob. Kid and Ryuichi pretty much tell him, well, don't leave him waiting. It's like, don't keep him waiting. Go in there, partner. Pretty much. He goes in. He sees a huge office, like study. And a very familiar voice says, why come on in, my dear boy. Take a seat. Sly does what he's told because of how familiar that voice sounds. And just when Sly was just about to have his doubts, the chair slowly turns over towards him, and it's no other than Connor Cooper. Connor is overjoyed to see his son. So is Sly. He picks up Sly from his chair and embraces him, letting him know that he's missed him, he's loved him, and everything. Something happened within Sly that he's not felt in such a long time. Happiness, closure. Something he did not expect to get in his little journey. Sly pretty much asked the questions that a lot of Sly fans have been asking for years. What happened to his mother? And why did him and Dr. M have a falling out? The truth is, Sly's mother was the reason why. Apparently, Dr. M had feelings for Sly's mother. But Sly's mother was not feeling Dr. M. And naturally, she gravitated toward Connor. What? Handsome gentleman thief versus crazy mad scientist who likes to tear other creatures apart and sew them back together with other creatures. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Anywho, yep, that's the main reason. Sly's mother is the reason why they had a falling out. So as revenge, it's like as a way to get back at Connor, Dr. M bumps into Clockwork. Clockwork asked him many questions, but Dr. M decided to do something very smart. Well, smart but cruel. He made a deal with Clockwork. He would give Connor's location to Clockwork if Clockwork gave Dr. M the location of the Cooper vault. Mainly because, he's very familiar with Sly. Clockwork is very familiar with Sly's family. And I would not be surprised if he knew exactly where Cane Island was. And where it was and what's inside the vault. The two villains go their separate ways, and the events of Sly 1 happen, basically. Another question that needed to be addressed was where is Sly's mother? The truth is, Sly's mother is still alive. She's been on Cane Island this entire time, or near the island, a small little island off the coast of Cane Island, he's like a few parsecs to the west, and that's where she's been staying. Dr. M was there that night of the Phoenix Five's attack. He feared that Clockwork was going to do something to her. So he managed to get her out of there in time. Sure, she was grateful for saving his life, saving her life, but she was not grateful for the fact that you didn't bother to save my son's life. But suddenly we're all thankful that Clockwork didn't kill Sly and let Sly live. Basically, Dr. Abrams spent an entire year, maybe spent a couple of years trying to convince Sly's mother to love him instead of Connor, but she wouldn't budge. And that's part of the reason. And another part of the reason was him trying to break into the Cooper vault, which both those conflicting issues within him made him go insane. And that's how it happened. Time does strange things to people. Pretty much. Sly is overjoyed to hear that his mother is still alive, but wondering where she could possibly be, because there's no way she stayed on that small little island for that long. Well, the truth is that small little island actually has a small inhabitants, a small village full of inhabitants and everything. And at some point in Sly 5, or possibly Sly 6, we will come to that island. After getting all the information he needed to know and establishing his connection to his ancestors, Sly is then brought back to his body and back to where he was. Slyton Common Slyton Common did not see anything that happened. All he did was open the door for Sly, basically. But the problem was, Sly couldn't do anything. He's still stuck in ancient Egypt. Then Sly noticed something strange, very strange, about the heart of Anubis. It looked just like the gem from his very first heist. And out of all the things they hawked and sold, they kept that gem as a reminder of their successful first heist. And it still hangs in a showcase in the Cooper hideout. So Sly does something smart to try to alter time a little, but not so much that it would change the present too much. He took a small little chisel and some tools from his bag, the same tools he would use to pick a lock. And he started to carve a small, tiny inscription or message for Bentley and Murray. But little did Sly know, Slyton Common was the main reason why things changed and how he got found, or how he will be found in ancient Egypt by Bentley and the rest. And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave it right there. Let me, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, because I really do enjoy writing this particular type of story for Sly. Because I would definitely want to submit this to Sucker Punch or whoever would be in charge of Sly 5, since Sansu got bought out by Oculus or some company. I'm not sure. I just know it happened a while ago. So basically, like, comment, subscribe. Let's have a full-on discussion. Yada yada yada. Also, stay safe. Keep your hands clean. And to all my brothers and sisters out there protesting injustice for George Floyd and every other person that was killed in cold blood by racist cops. Power to our people. and Black Lives Matter. Peace. See you next time.